prepared foods have zero amount of energy in them, Clay. It's amazing. I mean, you can eat like a king all week long, and you got zero amount of energy for your body because you didn't eat any fresh stuff. You didn't eat any growing stuff. You didn't eat anything that was alive. So it didn't have really any energy in it. Electrical energy is what I'm talking about.
Trevor, what are your feelings on this? And tell us a little bit, since I got you on here, and we got the granddaughter out of the way. Tell me about your business. Tell me about the advantages of range-fed beef for the people that are listening.
Well, I think just like he's talking about with balanced energy, I think all of our really diet has to be a balance and has to be the right energy, or we're not going to have the proper amount of levels of energy or the proper amount of nutrition or the right amount of food to build our immune system to keep us healthy. And I think one of the benefits of a lot of the farms that we work with is they get their water straight from a well. So they get live water straight from out of the earth rather than getting the piped water that's been filtered, chlorinated, and has other trace substances in it as far as, I mean, it's the recycled wastewater that they use. Right. So I think that it's really essential that, first of all, most of us don't drink tap water because tap water has a horrible balance to it because of all of the chemicals that have been put into it. So, I mean, really it's unfortunate that most of us have to, but there are other alternatives for sure, and well water is one of them, and, a true, I guess, reverse osmosis filter helps, but still you're only purifying the dead water.
Right, you're not changing the molecular spin of it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, what we've done is we usually just actually drive almost 40 miles to get our water, and we fill up, 6 or 8 7-gallon jugs from a spring over the hill that flows fresh out of the top of the mountain. So.
Right. The only thing you want to just make sure you do before you consume any of this fluid is just use this 3-fingered technique on it, because the well water, it comes up through pipes too, so it's north influenced as well as the water that's publicly used in big cities. But like you say, it's a lot better water. It just needs to be molecularly influenced to spin itself like our electrons spin before we consume it.
All right, yeah, Trevor. They're asking on the chat room what part of Colorado you were in. I've got somebody here that's in Colorado, and he's interested in real food. I'm giving him your website. Your website's Meat in Paradise, right? .com.
MEAT. Yep.
Okay.
And I am located in Avon, or the Vail Valley. And all of our cows are drinking healthy well water, as healthy as it gets. And of course, it's all free range, grass fed, grass finished, and majority of the farms we work with are USDA certified organic as well. So it's truly healthy food that will help you to prosper and live the life that you're supposed to, instead of living in an unhealthy state.
Yeah, they're asking
it's actually been proven.
They're asking on the chat room, no BGH?
No artificial growth hormones, no antibiotics, no pesticides, no fertilizers on the grass. Literally, these cows don't even have to be supplemented because their grasses are so healthy that they're eating. The majority of the farms we work with are also sustainable, so the soil quality continues to improve with the proper rotational grazing system.
What's the word or the buzz up in Colorado about Bill S-510, the Food Safety Act?
I haven't really looked too much into it. Obviously, organic farms get harassed quite a bit from the government level as to what they can and cannot do, basically how they can and cannot operate their business. For example, it is illegal for an organic farm to ship eggs over state lines.
And yet we've got contaminated eggs coming from the big egg producers, you know, that are mistreating the chickens, and they're filled with salmonella.
And they're shipped nationwide.
Yeah.
It's no problem for them, but
that's just
organic.
That is just to spread the discontent of the shoppers to buy the eggs anymore. That's a ploy, a plot to get everyone off of eggs, period. And then what happens is the producer of the eggs quit producing them, so then you don't got any more eggs around, period.
Well, there's a report that's out that basically range-fed or true free-range chickens that are used for their egg laying. Basically, there's literally no chance of getting salmonella from those eggs if they're truly raised on pasture and they're eating the grasses and the bugs that they're supposed to.
Right.
There's literally no chance of those eggs getting salmonella, and it's been proven that there's a much higher level of omega-3s and beta-carotenes and really all nutritional content. Because the majority of those egg-laying chickens that, of course, just now got the salmonella scare, they're kept in cages. So they're not able to scratch at the ground. They're not able to run around. They're not able to peck at bugs or grasses or anything. So they're frustrated and they're completely sick in their cages because they're taken out of their normal everyday lives.
And I would bet you, gentleman's bet, I would bet you that wherever these eggs are coming from that are bad, I bet you those chickens have been infected with this disease epidemic, and the chickens are producing these tainted eggs. This is all done. This is all done nowadays in a specific engineered movement to overthrow our country and its system of government. And it's amazing to see it happening all over the place. Even in the highest ranks of offices, people leaving the government post now because they're frustrated with the system. And the food's falling apart, and the laws are clamping down, and it's pretty amazing to see. I know Clay's aware of it. You yourself.
It's all there. Anytime I've told Trevor this since he was as he was growing up. Anytime a communist regime takes over a country, they go after three classes of people in order, and the farmers are the first on the list. The intelligentsia is the second, and that's anybody out there that's smart enough to understand what they're doing to you. And third, they go after the law enforcement and veterans that are and soldiers that are still loyal to the old regime. In our case, that would be still loyal to the Constitution.
Right.
And we've been this war on farmers. Trevor has and I side with him completely on this. The hemp crop was our #1 cash crop. You could pay your taxes with hemp for 200 years in this country, and it was stolen from us in the 30s.
Well, it's not only that. I mean, they're still keeping it from us, and the messed up thing is, it's actually written into the law that keeps hemp as an illegal controlled substance. It's written into that same law that we're able to import hemp and the food products from other countries into the United States. So they obviously recognize it as an industrial agricultural crop, but then they just rule it as the same class as marijuana and keep it as a controlled substance.
Canada.
So they can basically give all of our industry away to other countries, which, of course, is helping to bring down America.
Canada is upset because of the legalization of marijuana in California would cost them $20 billion a year in lost revenue from the black market.
Well, that's going to be one of my points of contention in the next presidential debates, because just to legalize hemp regardless of the use of marijuana.